Welcome to Unselfishly Me, a podcast all about self-love, self-care, and everything in between. I'm Jane, a personal trainer with a focus on self-love. Each week, we'll be chatting to someone about their self-love journey, how long it took, and what it took to get there. Today, I'm doing a short little POWcast on stress. We'll definitely do some of these episodes with Dr. Megan Medina and talking about how your body is affected by this. And I'm sure by now, when this episode goes live, we've probably already done a few already. So just be sure to look out for those. But I read somewhere about stress, and it was just saying how we are in control and we can allow ourselves to feel stress. It's like how we deal with it that's the most important. So we can take it on, or we can like refute it. Obviously, it's to a certain point, but everyone is affected differently by stress, and what is small to me might be huge to you, and what is huge to you might be small to me. We're all built differently. We all have different human design. We all have different astrology. Our bodies are different. Our hormones are different. There are just so many things. So how we deal with stress is always going to be different. The one huge help in stress management is exercise, moving your body. Now, when I say that, like I'll say movement rather, because people hear exercise and they're like, ugh. But it's not an ugh. It's anything. It's just walking. It's yoga. It's breathing. There's so much exercise, swimming in the pool. There's so many things. It doesn't have to be like a chore. So you need to find what suits you and what you like to do. Like I love walking. I usually listen to podcasts and go for a podcast walk. Like that was my favorite thing to do. I haven't done it in a while. But that is like my soul time. That walking, because we all walk, we can walk, so it's like the easiest and the most free. So you don't have to join a gym, you don't have to go to CrossFit, you don't have to go to a yoga studio, you don't do any of that. You can just go walk. But moving your body is the best way, because you're going to get those happy hormones instead of the stress hormones. So you really want to be intentional about your exercise so that it helps you with stress. Things like meditation, yoga, even just before you blast yourself off, is taking a few deep breaths, or before you reply to someone. There's so many things that you can do literally in the moment just to try and calm yourself down. Also grounding yourself, staying grounded, feet in the grass, feeling that connection with the earth, hot drinks. Repeating in your head, I'm grounded, I'm safe, I'm grounded, I'm relaxed. So you're saying the opposite of stress. I'm relaxed, I'm grounded, I'm relaxed, I'm grounded. Your mind believes what you say. So if you keep saying that over and over, it's going to help. So that's why it's super important to actually tell yourself that you're grounded, so that you hear and you believe. And yeah, it just really does help. And obviously, if you are in a stressful situation at work or at home, maybe your home life is a bit toxic, if there are ways for you to remove yourself from those highly stressful situations, if they're ongoing, if it's months, years, whatever it is, if you can try and remove yourself from those situations, that's going to be the most important thing. So I think it's important for you to analyze your stress. How are you feeling? Why are you feeling this way? How long has it been going on? And how long do you foresee it going on? If it's really short term, because like me, you're packing up your whole entire life and moving, not just in the same city, not just to a different city, but to a different country, which is highly stressful. Mine is going to be short term. Well, it's a lot of packing and everything. It will be long term, but in a short term way. But if you're staying in the same job and it's a toxic boss and they're not going anywhere, they've been there for 20 years already and no one says anything because they are so toxic, you need to relook at your situation, because you staying in that situation for the next 10, 20 years is going to cause you so much stress that it's going to be damaging to your body as well. And you don't need that toxicity building up in your body. If it's the same thing with a partnership at home, you really need to assess your situation and get out if you can, if that's what you want and if that's what you need, and if that is in your highest interest, then that's also something that you can look at. If it's short term, if it's just like, okay, you've got a stressful weekend or you're on a deadline and it's like a week of stress because you're on a deadline, then sure, it's short term. But then you need to look at managing your stress in that time. So can you do some meditations? Can you do some breathing exercises? Can you try and go for walks? Can you have a chat with a friend? Like, how can you manage that on the short term? long-term things, you have to also put these things into place. But if it is toxicity, then you literally need to get out. So those are little things that you need to think about in each situation, and just breathe deeply. We breathe so shallow. We only use 10% of our lung capacity. So take some deep breaths and, settle your nervous system and allow yourself to breathe and relax, and just take a minute every hour to just come back to yourself and just do your shallow breathing and slow breathing, and allow yourself to come back to your center. So like, even if you say to yourself, okay, I'm going to center myself now, and then you take your breaths slow and deep, and you allow yourself to come back to yourself. We will obviously do some more episodes on these kind of topics with like an expert, but I just wanted to do a short little one in case you are maybe listening and going through a really hard time, a really stressful situation, just reminding you to put some self-care practices into place and to, love on yourself a little bit more, because you need it. So I hope that this has been helpful, short but sweet. And if there's any nuggets that you can take from it, I hope that you do. If you enjoyed this episode, or you want to tell me anything, you can screenshot and share it to your stories, Unselfishly Me, tag me in anything that you're doing. If you're going for a little de-stress walk or something, I want to see your view. I want to see where you are. I want to see what you are looking at. So please share it and tag me. I would love to see it and have a convo about that. But I hope that you are all going to have a really de-stressed week. I mean, massage is always a good idea, let's be honest. Going for a massage every so often is a very privileged thing. You have to have money for that. But at the same time, if that is something you can afford, it really does help to relax you. You can't be on your phone. You have to close your eyes. It's that human connection. It really is nurturing. So yeah, nurture and give back to yourself. It's important too. I hope that you have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Unselfishly Me. Follow us on Instagram at unselfishlyme, and check out our website www.unselfishlyme.com.